Dear students, today you are going to study about meaning of gland and types of glands along with examples. Gland. Dear students, gland nothing but gland is a type of organ. Gland is a type of organ. Organ means it is a group of tissues. Group of tissues. Tissues. Tissues means group of cells. Tissues means group of cells. Group of cells we call as a tissue and group of tissues we call as a organ. Okay, group of tissues we call as a organ. Gland nothing but it is also a type of organ. Gland is a type of organ which releases or which produces the chemical substances. Which produces the chemical substances to create the chemical reaction. To create the chemical reaction in our body. That is called gland. Once again, gland is a type of organ. Gland is a type of organ which releases the chemical substances. Which releases the chemical substances to create the chemical reaction in our body. That is called gland. Gland is the type of organ. It produces chemical substances. Chemical substances to create chemical reaction in our body. That is called gland. Now are you clear the meaning of gland? Gland is a type of organ. Gland is a type of organ. Organ means it is a group of tissues. Organ nothing but group of tissues. Tissue means group of cells. Cell means it is the cell is the basic structural unit. Basic structural unit of living organism is called cell. Two or more cells together become group of cells. Is it right? That group of cells we call as a tissues. And more tissues or many tissues together we call as a organ. Many tissues together we call as a organ. See, gland nothing but gland is also a type of organ which releases some chemical substances. That chemical substance is create the chemical reaction in our body. That is called gland. Dear students, in our body, in the human body, there is a two types of glands. How many types? Two types of glands. Let's see now one by one. Two types of glands. Types of glands. That is the two types. One is exocrine glands and endocrine glands. There is a two types. How many types in the gland? Two types. One is endocrine glands and another one is exocrine. Exocrine or endocrine. Exocrine glands and endocrine glands. exocrine and endocrine. exocrine and endocrine. Okay, dear students, how many glands are there? How many types of glands are there? Two types of glands in the human body. The first type is the exocrine glands and the second type is the endocrine glands. Let's see now its meaning. First one is the exocrine. Exocrine gland is a type of gland. Exocrine gland is a type of gland which releases the enzymes. Into the ducts. Ducts nothing but pipe. See, once I'll write. Endocrine glands are the type of gland. Endocrine glands are the type of gland which produces enzymes. Which produces enzymes into the duct. Ducts nothing but what? Pipes. Pipe. Duct means pipe. Okay, see? This is a pipe. Is it right? Something liquid have to carry from one place to another place. That thing we call as a pipe. Okay, this is called pipe. That pipe-like structures are there in our body. That is we called as a duct. Understand? See, exocrine glands are the type of glands. Exocrine glands are the type of glands which produces enzymes into the ducts. Enzymes means what? Enzymes are the type of catalyst. Catalyst nothing but it creates a chemical reaction. In our body. That is called catalyst. This enzyme also type of catalyst. Catalyst means it creates a reaction. It creates a chemical reaction in our body whenever these enzymes are released in our body. Understand? Suitable example of this exocrine glands. Dear students, our mouth is always wet. Is it right? Wet or dry? Wet now. Always it's a wet in nature. Is it right? Why? Without you drinking water also it will be wet only. Our mouth has something liquid. Why? That only, dear students, one of the gland is there in our mouth, that is a salivary gland. Which gland? Salivary gland. This salivary gland releases some chemical substances that is called salivary amylase or enzyme. Salivary amylase. This is a type of enzyme. Understand? Salivary gland is present in the mouth. Or buccal cavity. This gland releases the one chemical substance or releases the enzyme called salivary amylase. Whenever it releases the chemical substance salivary amylase, it acts as a catalyst. Or it creates the chemical reaction. Which reaction it creates? Whenever we will eat food, that in that food what is the carbohydrates are present. That carbohydrates is going to break down. Complex molecules is break down into simpler molecules. That process is done by this enzyme only. Which enzyme? Salivary amylase. by the salivary amylase. That is one example, and another example is liver. Liver is the one type of biggest gland and largest gland in the overall our human body. Understand which is the biggest gland? Liver is the biggest or biggest gland in the human body. This liver produces the bile, B-I-L-E, bile juice. In this bile juice also enzymes present. That enzyme also going to acts as a catalyst. See, these glands are called exocrine glands. These glands are the examples of exocrine gland, and one more example, pancreas also. Pancreas. See, this pancreas gland releases enzyme also and hormones also. So, what we can call for these later I'll tell you. Dear students, now you know the meaning of exocrine glands. Exocrine glands are the type of gland which produces or releases the enzymes into the ducts. Ducts nothing but pipe. These glands do not releases directly into the blood. Do not releases the enzymes directly into the blood. Means, see, in our mouth is releases the salivary amylase. Is it releasing into the blood? No. It has separate pipe, that is the food pipe. Understand? So like that, the enzymes are releases directly into the ducts, but not a blood. Such glands are called exocrine glands. Example, salivary gland, liver, pancreas, etc. These are the some examples of exocrine glands. Dear students, let's see now another type of gland, that is the endocrine gland. Endocrine gland. Endocrine gland. Endocrine gland also a type of gland. Endocrine gland is also a type of gland. It is also a type of gland which releases the hormones. Directly into the bloodstream. Or endocrine glands releases or produces the hormones without ducts. Without ducts means these are releases the hormones directly into the blood. Such glands are called endocrine glands. Endocrine glands are the type of gland which releases the hormones directly into the blood. That type of glands are called endocrine glands. Endocrine glands are the type of gland which produces hormones. Directly into the blood. Or bloodstream. Such glands are called endocrine glands. See, endocrine glands are the type of glands. Which produces the hormones. But exocrine also produces the enzymes, not a hormones. Enzyme is a type of catalyst that helps to create the reaction. But let's see what its function. Hormones is also one type of chemical substance. Hormone is a type of chemical chemical substance. Hormone is a type of chemical substance and its pattern act as a chemical messenger. It acts as a chemical messenger. Which one? Hormone. Hormones are released by only endocrine glands, not the exocrine glands. Exocrines are released by enzymes, but hormones are released by endocrine glands. Understand? Let's see now examples. We do not have a ducts, but the exocrine have a ducts to pass that the enzymes, but endocrine glands do not have separate ducts. It releases directly into the blood. Understand? Difference. Now let's see the example. Thyroid gland, pituitary gland, adrenal gland, etc. Still many glands are there. Thyroid gland, pituitary gland and adrenal gland. These are the examples of endocrine glands. Examples of endocrine glands. These glands releases the hormones. Directly into the bloodstream. But exocrine glands do not produce the hormones. What they produce is enzymes. Understand? Keep in your mind. Endocrine glands produces only hormones. Exocrine glands produces only enzymes. That enzymes produces into the ducts, but these hormones produces into the blood. Understand? That is acts as a catalyst. This is act as a chemical messenger. Are you clear, my dear students? Are you clear? Now you are able to differentiate between endocrine glands and exocrine glands. Will you able? Once I'll tell. Differences between exocrine and endocrine. Difference between exocrine and endocrine. Exocrine gland, endocrine gland. Let's see. First point. Exocrine glands releases what? Exocrine glands produces or releases only enzymes. Releases enzymes. But endocrine releases hormones. Exocrine glands releases hormones and endocrine glands exocrine glands releases enzymes and endocrine glands releases hormones. The next one. Exocrine glands have separate ducts. Okay, exocrine glands secretes the enzymes into the ducts. It has ducts, but it do not have ducts. It releases into the blood. Releases into the blood. What releases? Hormones. And the third one is exocrine glands. Example. What are the example? Saliva, salivary gland, and liver, and pancreas. This pancreas both exocrine also and endocrine also. Why means this pancreas gland releases the enzyme also and then hormone also. So that this gland is both exocrine and endocrine. Here examples are endocrine glands, thyroid gland, and pituitary gland, and adrenal gland, etc. And here also still many are there, etc. These are the main differences between exocrine gland and endocrine glands. See, exocrine glands releases the enzymes and endocrine glands releases the hormones. Exocrine glands releases the hormones into the ducts and endocrine glands releases the enzymes into the ducts. Exocrine glands releases the hormones into the bloodstream. Then exocrine glands example salivary gland, liver, and pancreas. And endocrine glands examples thyroid gland and pituitary gland and adrenal gland, etc. Many others still here testes and ovaries and pancreas also, here also will come pancreas, understand, and parathyroid. These are examples of endocrine glands. Dear students, in this class you have learnt meaning of gland and types of glands along with its examples and meaning, each and everything you have learnt. If you have any doubt, you can ask. So reminding, you will study deeply in endocrine glands in this 8th chapter, 8th lesson. Here that about endocrine glands, let's see in the next class.